Yellowstone erupts today. The world will never be the same. We are talking about one of the largest and most violent volcanic eruptions in history. This eruption will change our planet forever. People will die. Countries will collapse, and there will be so much damage that it will take years for humanity to recover. But what exactly is happening? What did the scientists just discover, and how will this impact the rest of the world? Well, let's talk about this. But save this video for yourself, because this information will be crucial when the time comes. When Yellowstone erupts, we can expect temperatures around the park to rise between 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you are close to Yellowstone National Park, the first thing that you need to do is get away from the supervolcano as fast as possible. No one will be safe inside the park, not even the bison. Some people will try to run away to the north or to the south, but they won't make it very far. The entire state of Wyoming will be devastated by earthquakes, and the roads will likely be impassable. Even if you manage to escape Wyoming, your problems will just begin. A massive earthquake swarm will happen across the western part of North America. These earthquakes will not only destroy buildings and infrastructure, but they will also open new earthquake faults in areas that have never seen an earthquake before. Once outside of Yellowstone, we could see earthquakes with a magnitude of 7 or 8 on the Richter scale. Even though these earthquakes will not be as big as the ones that happened in Turkey, they will be devastating for states like California or Washington, because those places were not prepared for them. In fact, people living in California will be shocked and scared. They will feel multiple strong earthquakes in a row, and if these earthquakes hit during the night, many people will be trapped under the rubble. Unfortunately, rescue efforts will be impossible because all roads will be destroyed and blocked. After all, we are talking about one of the most powerful volcanoes in the world. The pressure waves generated by the explosion will circle the globe several times, causing air pressure to rise and fall dramatically. For example, a pressure wave from the 1883 Krakatoa eruption killed dozens of people on the island of Java, but pressure waves from the Yellowstone super eruption will affect everyone on Earth. Air pressure will rise and fall worldwide. So when the pressure wave hits an area, it will cause substantial damage to the infrastructure, collapsing buildings, shattering windows, and damaging vehicles. But the real global catastrophe will begin with the ash cloud. A 60-mile-high column of ash will be thrown into the atmosphere, which is equivalent to the height of 50 American football fields stacked on top of each other. Ash will spread over Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming in minutes. It will bury entire cities and cover everything in a thick layer of soot. All nearby airports will be immediately shut down and planes will be grounded indefinitely. But air travel won't be the only thing that stops. Farming, industry, and transportation will also stop. Ash will reach the upper levels of the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and disrupting weather patterns. Volcanic winter will come as the sun's rays are blocked by the ash cloud. The Earth's surface will be shrouded in darkness. Even during the day, the temperature will drop by 40 degrees. Winter will start early in the northern hemisphere, and it will be long and hard. Temperatures in some areas may drop to negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is unheard of for December. Most fruit crops will freeze and food shortages will follow. But the ash cloud will not only block the sunlight, but it will also disrupt the jet stream, the atmospheric current that normally carries heat from one side of the planet to the other. Without the jet stream, cold air will stay in the north and hot air will stay in the south. Areas that are normally warm will experience unprecedented snowfalls. Cities like New Orleans or Miami may find themselves buried under a thick layer of snow. On the other hand, Death Valley, Nevada, and Arizona will face record-breaking heat waves. Basically, the entire climate system of the planet will be disrupted and weather will be chaotic for years. In addition to all of this, pyroclastic flows will devastate everything in their path. Hot gas and solid matter will flow through valleys and canyons at speeds of up to 400 miles per hour. Entire forests will be wiped out instantly. Rivers will turn into boiling hot lava. Animals that don't manage to escape will burn alive. Scientists say that the deadliest pyroclastic flows could occur along the Snake River Plain, where tens of thousands of people live. Pyroclastic flows will move into the cities and completely destroy them. The areas closest to the volcano will become uninhabitable for decades. And then there's the lava. Lava lakes will spill over and destroy everything in their path. Houses, cars, farms, trees, and animals will be burned alive. Everything will be covered in lava and turned into glass. But lava isn't always fast and furious. In some areas, lava will flow slowly. When it encounters a tree, it will wrap itself around the trunk and pull the tree down. As it continues to flow, it will consume more and more trees until the entire forest is gone. and then it will move on to the cities. Even if you manage to survive the initial blast, lava could still end your life. Breathing in superheated steam could severely burn your lungs. Walking on cooled lava could trigger an explosion, dropping you into a fiery pit. And inhaling volcanic gases could put you in a coma. If you think hiding underground would be a good idea, think again. The ground will shake violently and the soil will be hot enough to burn your entire house and everything in it. Only a handful of people will survive the eruption and the aftermath. Those who are far enough to be safe but close enough to witness the devastation. A few days after the eruption, the whole world will be watching the ash cloud and waiting for the next shoe to drop. As the ash cloud spreads around the world, many countries will suffer crop failures, leading to famine and social unrest. However, no country will be as affected as the United States. The U.S. economy will struggle to keep afloat as supply chains break down and unemployment rises. People will struggle to find food and resources as the government struggles to maintain order. But then something unexpected will happen. China will emerge as the world leader. While the U.S. is struggling to cope with the aftermath of the eruption, China will step in and offer assistance. With its vast resources and strategic planning, China will be able to help countries affected by the eruption and will gain a lot of international favor. This will lead to increased trade and investment from countries around the world, making China the new economic powerhouse. But while all of this is happening, Yellowstone will erupt again. After the first eruption, the magma chamber will be partially empty, but there will still be enough magma left to cause a second and third eruption. In total, we can expect 3 main eruptions, but there will also be thousands of smaller eruptions and earthquakes. The entire Yellowstone Supervolcano caldera will sink as magma chambers are emptied. The area will become a lake of lava. The entire region will be destroyed, but geothermal activity will continue for decades. Thousands of years will pass until the area is somewhat habitable again. And even though some survivors might want to return home, they will find nothing but destruction and death. The cities will be in ruins, homes will be destroyed, farms will be burned, roads will be impassable, schools and hospitals will be non-existent, food, water, and energy supplies will be depleted, government services will cease to exist, law and order will collapse. In short, there will be nothing left of society. There will be no firefighters, police officers, or paramedics to help. No soldiers will protect people from external threats. No doctors will deliver babies or treat the sick. No farmers will grow food or truck drivers will transport it. Survivors will have to fend for themselves. The country will descend into chaos and the strong will prey on the weak. When Yellowstone erupted 640,000 years ago, it wiped out all life within a radius of 40 miles. It took hundreds of years for life to return to the area. This time, however, the impact will be global, and even though life will eventually return to normal, it will take decades. Our planet will suffer greatly, and even though no one can predict the future, we know that we must prepare for the worst-case scenario. Scientists say that the chances of Yellowstone erupting today are 1 in 7 million. But remember that natural disasters always happen when we least expect them, so don't get too comfortable. This video was just a quick overview of what would happen if Yellowstone erupted. If you want to learn more about this topic, you can check out our previous videos. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned for more.